Mic check 1 2 and 2. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Gems with Josh. And yeah, man, here we are, week 16. We've made it to the semifinals of the fantasy football playoffs. If you had a bye last week, it's back at it. Hopefully, if you were on last week, you won and you're here now. But yeah, we're here to the final four. Big week coming up, but there are a lot of things that happened last week that are going to determine a lot of matchups this week. And we'll talk about a little bit, all right? One of those big things, man, injuries. A lot of injuries last week. Patrick Mahomes going down with the ACL. Really is going to hurt probably the pass catchers with the Chiefs. Rashee Rice is on concussion protocol. It's already Thursday. He may not play this week. You also have Tua getting benched from the Dolphins. Don't know what that means for Achane. Don't know what that means for Waddle. There's a lot of question marks going into this last week that has me a little weary about even where I want to set some of my lineups. But again, if you made it this far, that means that you put the work in and the skill was there. But I'm just going to be totally honest with you guys. These next 2 weeks is going to take some skill, but it's also going to take a lot of luck. So good luck to you guys, all right? Another big thing you guys want to look at, right? We're in the December months. Weather's going to play a big factor in a lot of these games, so definitely make sure you are looking at the weather. In a lot of these games, a lot of rain, a lot of snow, you might see a little bit more running. Kicking options might be a little bit worse. So you definitely want to look at weather this week, all right? So basically this week, what I'm going to break down is guys that you can stream that I still feel that you can trust if you have positions that you are still streaming. And at quarterback this week, man, I like J.J. McCarthy going against the New York Giants. Probably would have never felt like I would have said that about 4 weeks ago, but J.J. McCarthy looked really good last week against the Cowboys, and it's a great matchup this week going against the Giants. The Giants really struggle against quarterbacks. Marcus Mariota looked very good against them last week. I think J.J. McCarthy has even better weapons. I think he'll have a solid week. If you really need a quarterback to stream this week, all right, only if you really need somebody to stream, I think J.J. McCarthy could probably get you anywhere between 18 to 20 points this week, all right? Another guy I love this week streaming at quarterback, Bryce Young going against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay's really struggled against passers recently. And to be honest with you, man, at home, Bryce Young usually plays a lot better. Again, if you really need somebody to stream this week, I think Bryce Young going against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is a pretty good bet. All right, let's move over to running backs this week, okay? And one running back I like this week is Adrian Estime, running back from the New Orleans Saints going against the Jets. And this is simply because of matchup. Neal was looking good for the Saints. He's going to be out on Kamari. Alvin Kamari is still out. Estime looked good in his little bit of time last week. He was high PPR value. All right, he got a lot of catches. He had 3 catches for over 30 yards last week, and I think they're going to use him a lot more with that. Tyler Show, he's definitely been the type who's really been dropping the ball off as a rookie passer. And the matchup against the Jets is insanely good. The Jets really struggle against the run. They struggle against running backs, period. I think if you need somebody this week to stream at RB2, maybe flex, I think Estime might surprise you, okay? Wide receivers this week. We're going to go back to that Tampa Bay-Carolina matchup, and I like Jalen Coker this week, okay? I think it's a really good matchup going against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay struggles against the pass. They just let Kirk Cousins go crazy for over 300 yards last week. I think if you need a receiver to put into your flex this week, maybe get you 10 or more points. If you really need somebody, Jalen Coker is a guy that you could trust this week. All right, let's move over to tight end. And yeah, man, Colby Parkinson, tight end from the Rams, going against the Seattle Seahawks. Over his last 2 games, he's averaged over 18 points per game, and he has 3 touchdowns in all those games. Devontae Adams will be out tonight, so I think Colby will get a little bit more uptick, in that offense, maybe get a few more targets, but he's really a touchdown or bust type of guy, and lately he's really been getting in that end zone. Tight end is one of those tough positions this season. If you're not lucky enough to have Trey McBride, it's pretty much stream or, pray on it, right? I think Colby Parkinson is one of those guys that you can put in your lineup this week, and he can get you anywhere between 8 to 12 points. I think you feel safe with that. So, if you get Colby, don't feel too bad about putting him into your lineup this week, all right? Let's move over to defense and special teams, which we never do. You got the Chiefs, man. I love that matchup this week. They're going against the Titans. Titans offense has been really, really bad all season long. They turn the ball over as well. And the Chiefs, even though they've been losing, they're out of playoff contention. Their defenses look really, really good. Steve Spagnuolo's going to, send a lot of blitzes at that young rookie quarterback. And yeah, I think the Chiefs are a safe bet that you want to put in this week as a DST. And again, man, I know in the last EP I said this time of the year you got to trust your guns. I know it could be tough with a lot of these injuries and weather things going on, but you still got to trust your guns with your main guys. All right. But if you're one of those people like me, I have Jalen Waddle, and we have a rookie quarterback, Quinn Ewers, starting for the Miami Dolphins this week. He might be one of those guys that I take out of my flex and I put somebody like Woody Marks in this week because I'm just not 100% sure what we're going to get from Quinn Ewers. All right. But your main guys, you want to keep them rolling, keep doing what you're doing. Good luck to you guys this week. I hope when we talk next week, a lot of you guys will be in the fantasy championship. And yeah, man, we're going to just pray over it. All right. No TNF this week simply because it's Seattle versus the Rams. I heard the weather is going to be really, really bad. 30 to 40 miles per hour winds. So it's probably going to be a lot of rain as well. So just not a game I really feel safe putting in bets this week. So we're going to fade TNF this week. But we will definitely put some calls in this weekend. So stay tuned to the Instagram, the TikTok. And yeah, we'll definitely upload some of our picks that we have on Underdog as well as prize picks this week to hopefully make you some Christmas cash for the following week. Happy holidays to everybody. And again, man, good luck tonight. Week 16, fantasy football playoffs, Gems with Josh. I'll see you guys next week when we are in the championship to become a league winner.